Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Jo. I am Belushi Stitches here on Flosstube and also over on Instagram. Thank you very much for coming to watch my video. This channel is about cross stitch, and this video in particular is part of my Chatelaine Chronicles series, which is a way of me documenting stitching evening in the park. So thank you very much. If you like this video, please hit the like button below, which is the thumbs up, and hit subscribe if you want to continue following my journey on this one. I'm on part 11, which are the trees that are in between the lanterns, and the instructions for part 11 don't actually exist in the pattern. The original design was part of I think a year-long stitch-along with the designer. And this particular design for Evening in the Park is the pattern comes in individual parts. So while there isn't an actual part 11 instruction page, there is a part 11, and so that is this section. So I am doing the trees. You can see here I've done 2 in between the lanterns. I've got one more here that I can fit in the space that I've given myself, and then of course there's the trees on the other side, but we're not going to do that yet. So yes, I would say that you could technically skip part 11 or that page, because the part 12 page has got this tree, the backstitch, the snow. There are some parts in this design where you couldn't skip a part, because say for instance you were stitching these lanterns, this bit with this border of blue and grey is not in the same part as the lantern. So you can't sort of skip this and go to this and stitch them both together. You have to do individual parts. However, for the trees, these trees that I'm about to do in part 11 and the backstitch is all in the part 12 design, including the lanterns. The lanterns are in part 11 and part 12, so you could condense it a bit. However, it's up to you how you stitch this. I'm happy with doing the parts. It doesn't bother me moving around and coming back later and doing the snow later on. I'm fine with doing individual parts. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be following the pattern because I've done well with it so far. So I'm happy to do that. So there was something that I mentioned in my last floss tube. If I left it in, I might have taken it out, in which case this will be the first time you hear this bit. But these trees are made up of 2 different colours, and they are, just a note, they're not the same. So you don't pick up that tree and stitch it here, because all the snow and stuff that comes later and what happens at the bottom here will all be different. So just bear in mind that it's not the same tree. They might well be symmetrical on the other side of that gate and down here as well, but at the moment they're not. So as I said, 2 colours in the tree, and then some 1-ply backstitch for the branches. And part 12 then includes some snow in these trees, or some lighter stitches, I'm assuming snow. So I read a post, or a couple of posts in the Chatelaine support group on Facebook, where people were saying, oh, well, I think I'm going to stitch the backstitch afterwards, because that's what I want to do, and that's how I normally do things. So I think some people did that. And then other people were saying, oh, I think that some of the stitches that go here are supposed to go over some of this backstitch, because then it looks like the branches are coming out of the tree a bit more. So they were going to stitch the backstitch as the part 11 says, and then do whatever part 12 says. So if it says to stitch over a little bit of backstitch, they were going to do that. So again, I'm going to follow the pattern, but I am going to stitch the individual trees, and then, like I said, do the backstitch on all 3. So this wasn't even what I came here to tell you. What I came here to tell you was, I don't know if you remember, I can't even remember if I put it in the videos, if I'm honest, but this is a thread gatherer Silken Colours, and there's the long piece of floss, and all I did was fold. Did it come in bits already? No, I think I just folded it in half until I got sort of reasonable lengths, and then I cut the ends. And using those, I think it was this flower pot. Wait, where's it gone? I think it was this one, where every time I did it, I had a tiny bit of floss left over. And I thought, well, I'm not going to throw that away. I'm going to keep it. That's the length. That's the length of my needle. that's the length of floss. And I kept them all because I don't throw things away like that. And so I'm really glad I did, because on this colour, the way that I've cut it, I just folded it in half and in half and in half until I got to good lengths. When I choose some of these lengths and I stitch, say for instance, this tree, it stitches so much up, and then there's like, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 stitches here that I'm missing using the long lengths. And so what I've been able, there were a few up here, you can see these stitches here, are dotted around. So what I was able to do is take off some of this really small stuff and use it up. So I've used the long threads to get to about here, well, and to do all that. I've used one of these to do these couple of rogue stitches up here, and then I'm about to take another one off and then just fill it in these 9 stitches up here. Yeah, 9. Yeah, these 9 stitches up here. So I will gradually work my way through all of these, so I'm not wasting any of it, because it's a silk and it's quite lovely, and I don't want to waste any of it. And it saves a lot of time. No, it doesn't. Anyway, so that's why I wanted to show you that sometimes you've done something for a reason, and you're sure it's going to pay off. So that's what I'm using for this. I'm using all these bits now to complete these trees. It's very exciting. So that being said, I'm going to finish these 9 little stitches here, then I'm going to bed, and I'm going to do this tree hopefully in the morning before work. I've plenty of waffle to start this video off. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you at the next one. Thanks. Bye. Hello everybody. It is a day or so later. I honestly don't know. And I just realised there's not much light, so I'm going to move anyway. Okay, I'm back. So I think the last time I showed this, I'd done maybe a tree and a half. This tree actually looks quite thin there, doesn't it? Let's just have a check a minute. Let's just check a minute. Yeah, no, there's not much on that tree. Interesting. Looks like I've missed some of it. Anyway, it is right. But this is where I am so far. Oh. There we go. Oh, this is fun. Yes. The trees are done in the top section. No, they're not. That's not true. The cross stitches of the trees are done in the top section. I have some backstitch left, which I'm going to save for another day. How many have I done? 6. So yes, 6 trees. Another one here between this lantern and the gate. It's very exciting. So yeah, 16 altogether. Yeah, they're really cool. They're quite interesting to stitch because I'll just bring you in, and I'm going to change the light actually. Hang on. As you could be able to see, there's some dark stitching there, and one dark stitch, and then one dark stitch up here. I'm doing the colour that's like the main trunk here. I'm doing the main colour first, going up as much as possible, and then I'm not travelling between. I mean, on some of them I have travelled between there and there because it's only going to go behind that missing stitch there. But I'm not travelling from, say, there to there. So I'm leaving these couple of stitches out. Then I'm stitching the light colour, and then I'm going back and stitching these dark colours. I think it's on... yeah, I think it's this one. So there's a couple there of dark ones that really I didn't want to travel between there and there. I'm pretty sure on 1 or 2 of them there's like some light stitches that are in the way. I don't know, I can't find it now. But yeah, it's I feel like I kind of caught sight of it. I walked past it earlier on, and it kind of caught my eye, and it hasn't done that for a while because I suppose it's just looked the same for quite a long time, and then suddenly this is all just sort of, you know, in a couple of days this has really just sort of become something else, I suppose. they're really quick to do. They're really quick to do. They're really easy to stitch. Just 2 colours. They're a bit, yeah, it looks so cool. I'm so excited. So that's where we are. That's where I am. I'm going to do the backstitch in those. Oh yeah, you can see my technical appliance there, also known as a bit of paper rammed in my stand. I'm going to do the backstitch, and then I'm going to move down, and I'm just going to carry on with the trees. I know that in my clip, probably in my last Flosstube, and then also in the clip that I recorded yesterday, I think I said, oh yeah, you could skip part 12. You could skip this part and just go straight to part 12 and just do the snow. It is so tempting while it's here. It's so tempting to just put on the backstitch and then just start here and work my way across, doing all the snow and all the extra bits. It's really tempting. I think tomorrow, well, hopefully tomorrow, I don't know, I'll get the backstitch done. It'll be harder to not stitch it than to stitch it. So I'm going to see how it goes. No, I'm not. Then move the fabric up and get in here. They are pretty quick. I don't know about this backstitch. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to have to follow the pattern. That's not one that's intuitive at all. So anyway, that's it really. Oh, I think it looks so cool. I love it. Right, see you in the next bit. Bye. Hi everyone. So another update for you. All the trees in this top bit that I can get to are now done. So the 2 colours of stitching and all the backstitch. I'll just move across so you can see the others. They're pretty quick to stitch up, but I'm not in any rush. The backstitch on some of them is not too bad, and then on some of them you think, this isn't right. It's quite difficult to travel around. The way that I do it is I go back to my PDF. The way that I sort of follow and mark off stitches rather. So I go back to my PDF, I clear out the highlighting I've done on the tree when I was doing the cross stitch, and then I will go over it with a really thin highlighter. Actually, let me just see if I can show you. Okay, I've zoomed right in, which is why it's really wobbly, because I just wanted to show you this without showing you the tree. So I go onto my highlighter. I've got a really small highlighter here. You're going to see my massive hands again. And all I will do is just highlight it like this. And that means that bit's done. And then I'll stitch this bit and then I'll highlight that. And I just basically will go along and do all the bits like that. Oh. Like that. And that's how I follow where I've gone. I find it really hard otherwise. So yeah, that's how that was probably really rubbish, but you get to see what I mean. Yeah, that's how I follow backstitch. I can't do it. I find it amazing. There are many people I know who can stitch it, stitch the backstitch just by sort of looking at the pattern without marking it off, and my brain doesn't work like that. I just cannot do that. So yeah, they're done. So I'm going to move the fabric up now, and there are 2 more. I know I've said this to you already. There's one here between this lantern and the other lantern, which is next to the gate. So there's one here and one there, and then the whole of the top section then is completely done. So I'm just going to work on those 2 and just keep going. Yeah, it's looking good. See you at the next one. Bye. Hi everyone. So the next 2 trees are done, which means the top half of part 11 of the trees is now completely done. Yay! I'm quite enjoying the backstitch, I have to say. It's it's quite effective. It's quite therapeutic. I actually don't mind backstitch, I have to say. So if I just, this is my makeshift bit of felt. Oh, it's a bit there as well. Whatever needs doing. Yes. So yeah, I'm going to go and move this again so I can get to the 2 on the other side of the gate and get those done. Yeah, see you in a bit. I will show you, I've moved the fabric down. I've moved the fabric up. I've moved the, I don't know the right terminology, but anyway, I've moved the fabric up so I can stitch these trees. So yes, that's today's or tonight's mission, is to stitch these 2 trees. And then it's just one more move of the fabric and I can get to the whole of the bottom trees and get that done. So yeah, again, thank you for watching. You'll see more in a second. I won't finish yet, but just wanted to say thank you very much for watching and sticking with me on this. I've decided I am going to power through. I think this is ultimately my focus piece really till it's finished. Yeah, I just can't stop, and now I'm so close to the end I absolutely cannot stop. So for anyone who I'm doing SALs with, I will, or starts with, I will get back to you. I will get on it. I really, really want to finish this now. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye. Hi everyone. Okay, so all the trees are now stitched. All of them. Every single one of them. What did I say? 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. There are 16 of them. Whew, they're all stitched. They're not the same in each quarter. Obviously they're the same over here as in here because it's the same pattern rotated, but each one is not the same, and some of them are really tricky, like when you just have one stitch right at the end here, or one stitch, or just like a couple of stitches here. You have to really think about what you're doing. This is my least favourite tree. I'm so pleased they're done. So I start on the back stitch tomorrow. Yes, start on the back stitch tomorrow, and that shouldn't take very long. I'm hoping that by the end of tomorrow this whole part will be done, which is crazy to think that that's happening. Yes, right, see you at the next one. Bye. Hi everyone. I was just about to start the back stitch on this last tree, and I couldn't get my head around why it didn't look the same as on the pattern, and I've just stitched this extra stitch here. It's one of those things that I think if it wasn't, it catches your eye, so it might not be too obvious here, but when you sort of, well, also I'm going to know. That's the main thing. Nobody else really is going to see this and go, oh, your tree's got an extra stitch. But because it's perfectly these 2 and then these 2, it does catch your eye as like the whole row has been shifted across. So it does catch your eye as being a bit of a glitch, as opposed to just kind of a bit of shadow, if you see what I mean. I mean, all trees are different. In this pattern, they're the same, but all trees are different, and I could just leave it. But I think there's something about it now. Now I've spotted it. I just think I need to remove it. So I can't make head nor tail of the back because I've got a tail, I don't know, tails, and then I've got the dark colour tails, all sorts of things. So what I'm going to do is actually unpick it from the bottom, and then I'm hoping I only have to do these ones and then get to this bit. The trouble with unpicking from this way is that you have to sort of unpick the bottom stitch before the top stitch, so it is a bit harder, but like I said, I'm hoping that I'll be able to do it reasonably easily, and hoping I have turned it over and I've forgotten, hoping there isn't a dark brown tail anywhere near here, and of course when I re-stitch it I probably will need to like attach a new thread for the last couple of stitches. It's very difficult once you've cut the tail off to be able to stitch the full length. Sometimes I can, sometimes I just can't. So I'm going to see what happens, but you'll either not see this bit, in which case I'm just talking to myself, or you will see this bit and I've been able to fix it. So let's see what happens. Bye! Hello, so as you can see, I did it. I took that rogue stitch out, and I'm much happier about it being symmetrical. I then went on and did the backstitch, so I am now completely finished with part 11. So I will just bring you out. This is the bottom, hence the trees being upside down. That's it. It's all done. I'm sort of 99% sure the backstitch is right on all the trees. I'm pretty sure there's one or two that's not very correct. A personalisation, shall we say. I would say as well that there's a lot of kind of different things that you could do here. So let me just find where I'm pointing my camera. So here there's 5 stitches in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they don't look particularly great in some lights because they look like 5 individual stitches, whereas some of the other back stitches are kind of let me try and find a different one. Oh yeah, okay, hang on. Like this one is one long back stitch. Some of them were kind of long back stitches, but they halfway through was in a really good place, so you could just kind of halfway through the long branch you could actually do a stitch. What am I trying to say? So instead of doing one long stitch, you do 2 instead. Does that make sense? So some of them are yeah, I don't know. I don't think I like that. Where am I? I don't think I like this bit. And that's on most of them. But it's less noticeable in some lights. I'll just bring you to the other ones. Hang on the other side of the gate. Whee! There we go. Yeah, and some of them I just left as long branches, and some of them I did stitch 2 stitches instead of the one, but it's fine. But you can't. It's great. So that's it. That is it. I am now about to start part 12. Am I? Not tonight, but I'm going to get my pattern ready and just have a look at it, really, I suppose, just to sort of prepare myself. But yeah, this is it. As always, I want to say thank you to anyone who's watched this. I really appreciate it. If you did like it, please do hit the like button, and then I know that you're watching. Thank you very much for everyone who's leaving a comment. I am planning to sit down and go through them all, possibly after I finished all this. I'm not sure, just to go back and kind of work my way through. Yes, thank you very much to anyone who's commented or messaged me about this one. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and there's been a number of people who have said that they've started this piece, so Evening in the Park recently, sort of, I mean, I'm sure it's not after watching my videos, but maybe I've nudged people into a start, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, a lot of people have said that they've started this one, which is really cool, and I can't wait to watch you all progress through it. This has been an absolute delight for me. I can't believe how quickly I've worked my way through. But with the exception of a few specialty stitches, it's just cross stitch. Though of course a beautiful design. I don't mean that. I just mean in terms of I didn't think I'd be able to do it, if I'm honest, but the majority of it is cross stitch, and you learn as you go. So if you do have this one in your stash or any other projects, not just chatelaines, then don't be worried to start them. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, so yes, thank you again for watching. See you at the next one, and part 12, here we come. Bye.